Hello, I'm Gareth Walker and I'm here for the West Yorkshire Football Show with some post-match reaction to Bradford City's 1-1 draw at Stevenage in League One today. I think it's a good point, really. Stevenage obviously above us in the league on goal difference and had a game in hand. I think they'd won every home game so far, a bit like us last week. Obviously, we'd won every home game and Barnsley came and got a point. I think they'd only conceded one goal as well, and that was to Exeter at home. One home goal, I mean. And then we've turned up today with quite a few players missing. I think there were 8 players out altogether. And then obviously McIntyre, presumably only fit enough for the bench. It was a worry when we saw the team sheet and saw that Humphries and Sarcevic weren't even on the bench. So down to the bare bones a little bit, really, like I say, with 8 out and another one only fit enough for the bench. But obviously got the early goal. Neil Byrne from across from Ibu Toure. Comes through a crowd of bodies, goes into the corner. You 1-0 up after 3 minutes, and you're thinking maybe we can do something here. Like I say, I thought that it was a good start. First 10-15 minutes, including the goal, we were the better side. And then after that, we kind of lost our way a little bit. I thought Stevenage came into the game. They're a very, very physical side. I mean, we're a physical side, but they're a lot more physical than us, and you kind of knew what type of game it was going to be. They got on top probably for the majority of the rest of the first half. They got the equaliser. It's a really, really sweetly hit volley from just outside the box into the corner. Gives Sam Walker no chance, and you're 1-1, and you're just hoping that you won't crumble there, given Stevenage's home record and the fact that we'd lost our way a little bit. But we didn't. We clung on in there. And then after half-time, I thought we were the better side in the second half. And I think, although we didn't create too much and they didn't either, we were definitely the side in that second half that looked more likely to go on and win the game. A little bit disappointed, really, to not win the game, considering how that second half went. Subs came on. Apparently, Tyreek Wright was sick in the tunnel at half-time, so he came off not long into the second half. And Callum Kavanagh came off. Graham Alexander said he came off because he'd been booked and they didn't want to risk going down to 10 men. On came George Lapsley and Andy Cook. And I thought, in particular, when the subs were made and we changed shape, went to 2 up top, Swan and Cook and Lapsley in behind, I thought we dominated that second half, like I say, and probably a little bit disappointed not to come away with a victory. But we're still in there. I think we're joint top on points with Cardiff and Stevenage, just sitting in third on goal difference. We've got, I think Stevenage have a game in hand on us, as do a couple of other teams, but then we've got a game in hand on some teams as well. Our game in hand is actually on Tuesday night. We're at home to Lincoln, who lost today at Leyton Orient 1-0. So they'll be looking to bounce back. They're up there as well in the playoff mix. I think there's only like 4 or 5 points, something like that, separating the top 6 or 7. So it's really tight at the top of that league. With the 7 or 8 players out, you've got to hope that we get some of them back soon. Apparently, Sarcevic and Humphries felt the after effects of the Barnsley game last week, and they were hoping that they'd be able to play today, but they pulled out of training yesterday, weren't able to train. So whether they'll be fit for Tuesday remains to be seen, but fingers crossed neither of them are serious. I don't think Patterson and Poynton are too far away either, but it might be a bit of a stretch for them to make the game on Tuesday. And then obviously we've got the FA Cup next Saturday. So maybe we might not risk them and see if we can get them back for the next league game, which is a fortnight today. You know, we've got obviously Lincoln at home on Tuesday, and then the FA Cup game on Saturday, and then we've got Burton at home in the league a week on Saturday, fortnight today. So we might not see them. We might. Fingers crossed we do. Fingers crossed none of them are too serious. But considering that we were down to the bare bones to a certain extent, and Stevenage have a great home record, I think that's a really good point. And to be coming away slightly disappointed that you've not won it shows what a good side we are and what good strength in depth we have. On to Tuesday, hopefully back to winning ways, hopefully move up the table into first or second, onwards and upwards with the West Yorkshire Football Show.